Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 112 of Let's Play SpellForce 3.
That didn't go as expected.
No, it didn't, because the fucking... he is the fucking defiler. Ah, it doesn't matter.
Wait, you're Corporal Tahar, aren't you?
I am. And I'm here to see Wayland Hallett.
I figured as much. Go on ahead. He's back at his tent. You can't miss it.
Let's see.
Tahar, am I right?
Yes. And you must be Wayland Hallett.
I am. And you're in the company of a dwarf. What brought you so far from the halls of stone, friend?
That's a long story.
Well, I hope I get to hear it one day. I have to admit, I had something different in mind when they told me the stories about you, Tahar. Though there can be no question about the magic inside you. It's intense.
You're a mage?
No, but I learned to recognize the signs. There's just something in the eyes of a gifted one that can't be mistaken. But I digress. I know why you're here. The Conclave. You want the support of House Hallett and House Wulfgar to march against the Harbinger of Light.
Correct.
Good. I guess you've been told already that this alliance will be complicated. As long as that old ox Shane is in charge, there won't be an alliance. He despises our house, but I suppose you know that much already.
What's the story behind that feud, anyway?
In short, we didn't send House Wulfgar the reinforcements he requested, and the division his daughter fought in was completely massacred by your father's followers.
Why didn't you send them?
Because it would have been suicide to go in there alone. Instead, we waited for the Royal Army to appear and marched in together. It was over in a matter of seconds. Sending them in nonetheless would have meant sacrificing 100 men, women, sons and daughters for nothing. Every commander would have done the same.
So what do you suggest?
Simple. Join House Hallett and House Uhtred.
Join? You mean...
I want Myra Uhtred, Lady of House Uhtred, to give me her hand in marriage. Our combined power would outshine even the former House Leonidar.
Myra isn't well. The Harbinger seized control of her mind, and she has been changed ever since.
It will pass.
Do you love her?
I might, in time. She is a smart and beautiful woman.
And just how will that help us get Wulfgar under our banner?
Well, think. The united houses of Hallett and Uhtred are too powerful for House Wulfgar to continue playing lone wolf. We could simply force them into submission.
That is correct. If House Uhtred and Hallett became one entity, Wulfgar's army becomes an ant facing a giant.
But that would also make you, Hallett, the most powerful noble in Northander.
That's the idea. My offer stands.
A marriage. That's asking for a lot.
Yet it might be our only chance. You should talk to Myra about this.
I will. We could also talk to House Wulfgar first to hear their demands. It might be a good idea to know the cards involved before making the final call.
That's a great idea, Tahar. Well done, you. Well done for thinking the exact same fucking thing I thought. Let's get ourselves down there, ladies and gentlemen, and see what the fuck they have to say. Hopefully they're far more reasonable. Because Hallett just wants to be powerful. I'm hoping that these assholes in the south, or the Wulfgar, will be far more reasonable in their requests. Though, to be fair, I'm pretty sure, like, us four could just walk in and bitch slap the entirety of the, the Empire. We could just walk in and kill them all, so I don't know why it's a problem. It's obviously a slaughter with no conquest, no contest.
Understood.
Hold it right there, stranger. Wait. You're Corporal Tahar.
I am. I think your lord wants to speak to me.
He does. You may pass, Tahar.
Thank you.
You got it.
Fine.
I do find it funny how no one is upset by the fact he's
ahead.
got the name Tahar.
I think that's Shane Wulfgar.
Doesn't look like the friendliest fellow.
This way, right?
If it isn't the fabled Tahar.
I'm here to
I know what you're here for. You want our troops to take back Greyfell, which the Royal Army so gloriously failed to protect against a couple of pitchfork-wielding lunatics. I'll cut right to the chase. House Wolfgar doesn't need an ally. Even if the sky rains fire, there's no way on Io we will join forces with Asamo Tahar's child or Wayland Hallett.
What's your problem with me?
What isn't my problem with you? You're Asamo Tahar's child. First you betrayed your father, then the Royal Army. So why would I trust you to lead my men into battle? For all I know, you change your allegiances as often as your underpants. Maybe even in the middle of a fight.
I stopped the Bloodburn.
Did you?
I know you're not on good terms with the Hallett, but is an old family feud really worth risking the future of Northander?
Let that be my worry.
If you don't want to join forces with either of us, then why are you even here?
Because it was just a stone's throw from where we were going anyway. The span.
You're planning to attack Greyfell.
And also, it gave me an idea of your strength. Now that I have seen it, I have nothing left to worry about. I trust you can see yourself out of the camp, can you? Goodbye, Tahar.
That didn't go well. What now?
Let's talk outside the camp. All right, what now?
Well, we need to...
Tahar. That's you, isn't it?
Maybe. Who are you?
Ulrich Wulfgar. Pleased to meet you. I overheard your conversation with my brother. First off, I apologize. He was never particularly good with people. To make it short, unlike my brother, I think we could help each other. Or, to be more precise, I think we must. What Shane intends to do, marching against Greyfall on his own, is madness.
But you're not in charge, are you? Your brother is the lord of the house.
Well observed. But that doesn't mean that my opinion doesn't carry any weight. See, Tahar, the thing is, there's no way on Io we will ally ourselves with House Hallett. But his dislike for you is irrational. He knows you're not what he made you out to be, and essentially it boils down to the fact that he thinks you're not fit to lead an army. That you're weak. Just think about it. Why would he have us travel here if he weren't considering an alliance? So, in other words, unless there's some bigger scheme to his play that he hasn't let me in on yet, our presence here means that he's considering an alliance with you.
Given your brother's first impression, I'm not even sure I want his help.
Oh, come on. Now you're being as childish as him. This is politics. I know my brother can make it hard for people to like him, but you know what's at stake. So put your personal feelings aside.
So what do you suggest we do?
You need to show him you're not the weakling he thinks you are. While my brother was in the camp brooding over old feuds, I took the liberty of exploring this lovely spot of earth. And I found something quite interesting. A wyvern.
Let me guess. You want us to kill it?
Exactly. Bring him one of the wyvern's teeth, still wet and bloody, and let him know that you've killed it yourself. I know my brother. He has always loved the old stories of monster hunters and dragon slayers, and he respects strength in battle more than finesse and cunning. Which is, quite frankly, one of the reasons why Wulfgar has fallen from grace.
Consider it done.
Fearless. I like it. Come back here once you have its tooth. Good luck, Tahar. And don't die.
We've killed enough fucking wyverns, we'll be right. So we'll go kill the wyvern first then, because that seems so much easier than fucking about, yeah, we have to go from over here, don't we? There we go. So we'll kill off that wyvern and then we'll move on. Shouldn't be too big of an issue. And we'll ask Myra how she feels about getting married to that dickhead. Though to be fair, I really do not like that the Hallett. He seems a bit of a twat. But I guess we must do what we must for the EO. Though, if he ends up betraying us, I'm gonna fucking rue the day I did that.
Sounds like a plan.
So I guess we'll have to see.
Understood.
Pretty sure
That
this
way?
bridge goes where I think it goes. Yeah, it does. Interesting to see a wyvern, to find a wyvern over here, though.
Blasted armor.
Got it.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Yeah, nothing like killing a good old wyvern, though.
Not now. Or keep you shielded.
There we go. One wyvern dead. And back to the fucking... all the way back over here now. It's not, that wasn't very hard at all. Now, I do wonder why the game wants us to have elves ready. I'm still worried about that. I'm guessing the purity is going to suddenly rock up, knowing what the purity's like, but... actually, we'll go talk to Myra first, because she's fucking closer. I don't know why the fuck I was immediately going there, but start it, we'll go see.
Yes, Dahar? Do you require anything else?
How are you feeling? You still seem...
As I said, I am functional. I will not let you down.
I've had a talk with Wayland Hallett. He proposes a marriage between House Uhtred and House Hallett to force the Wolfgars into submission.
By a marriage, you mean he has asked for my hand?
Yes.
I will do what is necessary.
This is your decision, Myra. You're the lady of House Uhtred.
Yes, I am. But, as I said, I will do whatever is necessary. If you think it takes this marriage to save Northander, then I will do it.
How do you feel about Wayland?
I don't know him, so I do not feel any particular emotions towards him.
So you want me to decide?
Yes. Do what you must, Tahar. I will accept your decision.
We shouldn't do this to her. Capable of making such a decision in her current state of mind.
I agree. But so far, this marriage seems to be the only way to unite all three houses under one banner, and that, in return, might save a lot of lives. There will be casualties in the battle for Greyfell, so it might be a simple equation. A marriage for the lives of hundreds of soldiers.
Well, we'll go return to the Wolfgar first, because they... honestly, they're the less dickish of the fucking three people. They're the most upfront about their cuntishness, and I respect that the most, to be honest. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Tahar, I heard the fighting. Does that mean?
The wyvern is dead. Yes. Here's his tooth.
Let me see. Huh. Well, color me impressed. All right then, let's go see my brother.
Sure.
Shane, I think you should see this.
What?
Here, this is for you. A wyvern's tooth. Straight from the beast's jaws.
Huh. So? Why are you showing me this?
They killed that wyvern all by themselves, Shane. I saw it. No soldiers, no ballistas.
So?
Ugh, blazes, Shane. Don't play dumb with me. This man may be many things, but he's not weak. Someone who can kill a wyvern with their own hands is fit to lead an army against the purity.
Maybe. But the question is he willing to make the hard calls when push comes to shove?
What do you...
Meet me at the foot of the fortress, Tahar. Alone.
Okay.
Huh. Well, this is interesting. Are you considering to attend this meeting, Tahar?
I at least want to know what he has to say. Will do.
Well, let's get myself there then. Yeah, it's gonna run all alone. A lot of running today, ain't there, ladies and gentlemen? Fucking hell. They'd think I was a fucking athlete by the end of this. Ah, well, we'll get there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get there. Knowing my luck, this is going to be one of those moments where fucking dual wields are actually better. Ah, well.
You came? Well, that's something. Let's get to the point. Given that my original impression of you wasn't entirely correct, let me revise my statement. An alliance between House Wulfgar and House Uhtran, and thus you, might not be out of the question anymore.
So that Wyvern's tooth really changed your mind?
Not the tooth. Your tenacity. I know Ulfric had a hand in this, but it doesn't matter. You didn't let yourself be scared off by my words. And not to mention that a commander who charges into battle on his own is a rarity these days. Most of them are fat bureaucrats who know how to wield the quill better than the sword. Now don't get me wrong, I still don't trust you. But nonetheless, you know your craft, and this is what matters for now.
But I'm guessing you have terms for that alliance, don't you? Why the secrecy?
Because I want you to kill Wayland Hallett for me.
I beg your pardon?
You heard right. I didn't come here just to see your troops, though that was one of the reasons. I came here to rid the world of the Hallett bloodline once and for all. Do you know what he did?
You blame him for the death of your daughter, right?
Blame? Don't think I can't read between the lines, Tahar. He killed my daughter, murdered her. And only because he was too much of a coward to stand up to his promise. He could have saved her, but he didn't. Because doing that would have meant risking his precious troops for a rival house. We were just stupid enough to get there before him. Believe me, Tahar, Wayland knows how to act all friendly and reasonable, but he's a strategist who'll stop at nothing to increase the influence of his house. He'll smile at you and tell you what you want to hear, but ultimately, everything he tells you only follows one purpose: himself.
How do you know this is what really happened at the battle? Were you there?
Tahar, I am not going down that route. I am not.
So you want to assassinate him? You know what you're asking of me, don't you? You could be trialed just for mentioning this.
By whom? The purity of light? Also, it's your word against mine. If you take this to anyone else, I will simply deny it. If we kill Wayland Hallett, their soldiers will fall into confusion like sheep without a shepherd. According to my spies, many of his men would likely switch sides if something were to happen to Wayland. The rest might realize the scheme behind his death and turn against us. In return, we will swear loyalty to House Uhtran. At least until the purity is taken care of.
Huh. And what do you want my role to be in this?
You're the only one who can get into their camp. Wayland Hallett knows how many people are out for his head, which makes him rather vigilant.
Does Ulrich know about your plan?
He doesn't, and it will stay that way. The moment you take the word of this to anybody else, House Wulfgar will turn against you.
I'll keep quiet. I don't like this, but I'll think about it.
Good. Here, all you need to do is pour 5 drops of this poison into Wayland Hallett's food or drink. It will take care of the rest. And don't worry, it won't take effect before the conclave takes place. And when it does, it will be a swift and merciful death. More merciful than this bastard deserves, in fact. All you need to do is to find a way so that the arrogant dwarf lover swallows it. Until then, goodbye. I will see you at the Conclave.
Yeah, you will.
Well, we'll see what we're going to do in the next part. See you guys then.